And when it comes to losing weight, it really, really is imperative to stay positive because it's so easy to be negative.
It's so easy to get caught up in the circumstances of life, to let things that are challenging in your own life to overcome your focus on your goals, and then oftentimes to turn to the wrong thing to deal with that uncertainty. And in the context of what we're discussing, of course, food usually is the issue.
And there's a lot of self-talk that's involved, and it should be in a positive way instead of, always putting yourself down about, I don't look as good as I could and I might as well just eat. I mean, that negative stuff really is a slippery slope that leads you into a place where you begin to not be conscious about what you eat.
I think it's a slippery slope, and I think it's part of the root of the issue. I think oftentimes as a person's overweight, they've been barraged with so much negativity about their inadequacies, whether they don't look good, whether they haven't stayed focused, whether they've tried and failed, and oftentimes that old tape can continue to play in a person's mind, and if they're not cautious to unplug that tape or to stop the tape and start to program their mind with more healthy information, feeding their mind with good information as well as they feed their body with good foods, it can be very destructive as to reaching their goals. So it's important to really take time to feed your mind as well as your body.
Sometimes people will take time to help other people. And they're constantly doing stuff for other people, but they don't stop and say, why, I deserve this, and they don't think I deserve this. And sometimes you have to say there's something wrong with the rescuer at some point, right?
Almost like that martyr mentality. Mm-hmm. Well, because of my family, I just can't make the time for myself. And a person starts to buy into that worldview of, well, it's okay because all these other people are, my family's healthy because I'm suffering. And I think some people get high off of that, and you have to be so careful because you ask yourself this question: if you really are following a life pattern of putting other people ahead of yourself, how long are you going to be there for those other people? If you're not making the time to make healthy eating and exercise a priority, if you're not making the time to really master your mindset, how in the world are you going to be present for your family? How are you going to be the best spouse you could be, or the best brother or sister, the loved one that you could be and can contribute your gifts with? So it's important to make sure that you're taking time for yourself, making time for exercise, and stopping those old recordings of your history and letting that play back and play back and play back. If you continue to listen to the past, you're going to continue to live with the circumstances of the past rather than move forward and start to create the destiny that you really deserve.
So keep moving and get a brand new tape in your head.
And
especially if you keep looking at it and you're positive all the time and you reach a certain goal and you feel good about it, you will be more positive than before, because when you're caught up with feeling really horrible about yourself, it's hard to reach for that positive thing.
And be careful of what you're focused on. So many people focus on just one indicator of success. For example, well, because the number on the scale isn't coming down as quickly as I want, this isn't working, and I give up. And that's a negative attitude. Look at all the positive things that happen. Look at how much better your health is. Think about all the people that have told you and you've heard and they say you look different. Think about how your clothes are literally feeling looser on you. If you have many indicators of success, it's much easier to stay focused on where you're headed rather than get caught up in one indicator that may not be where it should be at that present moment.
Okay, well, when we meet again next Wednesday, let's talk about some of the little things that you can do to jumpstart your workout again. I know one thing that you had mentioned was like getting a pair of new shoes, or wearing something that you feel good in. It helps you kind of get out the door, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Going and buying a new outfit and seeing yourself in fitted clothes. I can't tell you the number of folks that I help that are working out in the clothes they wore when they were 70 pounds heavier.
Right.
And they're saying to me in my office, I just don't see the difference. Well, no kidding. You're wearing a shirt that's 3 sizes too big. So having a new outfit is a really nice way. And there also is something psychological to say about why would a person choose not to. In other words, one thing I tell everyone to do is as you're losing weight, get rid of the old clothes.
Yeah, but you spend a lot of times covering up, so it's hard to do that. But let's tackle that again
Absolutely.
next Wednesday. All right, that's Charles Dangelo.